voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That is right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader, here on this Friday, October 31st. Yes, it is spooky time here, Halloween day. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're getting ready for your trick-or-treating activities or, double duty on trick-or-treating / Friday Night Lights action as well. Some high school games to get to. We'll get to one this evening, which will be at LaMonica Stadium between Clovis and Clovis West. Can't wait to bring that classic matchup to you right here on 1430. Happy Halloween, like I say. It's a fantastic day. Big thanks to Tony D for tossing it to us in the previous hour. Tony D Show, Sportsline Bulldog Hour, Tony D from 2 to 3 p.m. On the weekdays, you can listen to it live and on demand on the 1430 ESPNFresno.com website and also on the ESPN Fresno app. You can download that on Apple and Android, wherever you go. We are here, like I said, going up till 5 o'clock today before we got to head over to Clovis. A little bit of a hike, as it always is, and so yours truly has to get a little time before we get all set up. So we'll be heading on over there after 5 o'clock. We'll get on air at 6:30 for a pregame. Myself, Paul Metters, on the call tonight at LaMonica Stadium for that one. Over on 790 tonight, it is World Series Game 6. Blue Jays, 1 win away. The Dodgers, 1 win away from being out of this series and heading home sad, potentially. They need a win in order to force a Game 7 tonight and have that on our airwaves tomorrow, which will be a game at 4 o'clock on 1430 between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. Been a classic World Series. We'll get into that a little bit as well. Lee's Air Hotline, 559-320-1430, the way to reach our show. Lee's Air Hotline, 559-320-1430, the way to reach our show. That is sponsored by Lee's Air Heating and Plumbing for you there. Lee's Air also sponsors the Weather Check, which as of right now sits at 78 degrees in Fresno, high of 79, and we will see the high 70s for the next few days through, I would say, the beginning of next week. Just a really solid, nice, pleasant weather out there for everyone to enjoy as we continue to descend to the end of this year. November starting tomorrow. Can't believe we're 2 months away from saying goodbye to 2025. Like I said, good to be here. Happy Halloween, like I said. Some people really enjoy this holiday. I like to say I enjoy this holiday as well. I wish I was festive, folks. Just the timing of the game. I don't know if I'm dressed as a ESPN radio host as my costume today. Maybe that's where I'm at as far as the Halloween costumes are concerned. I see our peanut gallery back there has a nice bevy of. Well, they used to have a bevy of costumes. I think that we used to have the costumes up. Where are your Chloe? We had your wings. Chloe's here. We had your butterfly wings. Where are they? You should be wearing them right now.
Oh my gosh, they're in my purse. I can so go grab them, but they will be on for the game tonight. Okay. No, you can wear the wings to the show. You can wear the wings on the show. People need to see your butterfly costume. Jorge is dressed as a producer of this radio show today as for Halloween. Don't you dare say what you've been saying all day as far as you're concerned. I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Some people say I dress, like a bum, so I'm dressed like a bum, I guess.
You dress as a bum? Who says that? I feel bad.
Some people.
We need to beat those people up, some people. Who are those some people?
All right.
Is it your friends?
Sometimes I feel like I'm a bum.
Okay, Jorge. All right, we need to cheer Jorge up for this Halloween day. Jorge.
No, I told you I'm gonna be a performative male.
Okay, all right. Then that's
whatever.
That's what it is. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not touching that one in terms of it. Jorge, good to hear that you're sounding much better. So unfortunately, we may have to go to Chloe for the heavy lifting in terms of the conversations today involving the show. So Chloe, you could carry the load, I would say, from the producer side thing on the other side. So I trust in you with the voice, and maybe if Jorge has something to say, maybe you convey it to us. if we have the messaging in terms of that. But Halloween, folks, excited. Top 3 holiday for everyone. What do we feel like? Where does Halloween land in terms of the holidays as we near the end of the year here?
I mean, I always felt like it was top 3.
Top 3?
Top 5 at least.
Top 5? Yeah. Chloe, where are you at?
I love Halloween so much. It's so special to me. So top 3.
Top 3. Not quite there in sort of like de facto number 1. I think a lot of people have it de facto Halloween. I'll tell you this. I want to know, and maybe Jorge, maybe you look this up. What do people spend more money on? Christmas decorations or Halloween decorations? I want to know what if people in America were spending money on either do people spend more money on the Christmas or Halloween decorations in terms of it? I would dare to say Halloween decorations beat out Christmas decorations, but I would say the median cost of how much electricity you have to generate in terms of your Christmas decorations as opposed to your Halloween decorations maybe weighs out that side of things as well. But I know we have Christmas Tree Lane here in Fresno.
I can tell you right now.
Yeah, what do you got?
By far.
Christmas? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So about, and it's called winter decoration, not necessarily Christmas.
Whatever.
Winter decoration. Then Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's, Halloween.
What? Hold on.
That's what they spend.
Tell me what list we're talking. Who's spending money on Mother's Day decorations
No.
in their front yard?
They spend money on Mother's Day.
No, okay. That's not. I don't think that's quite qualifying in terms of the holiday spending. In terms of that, you can spend all you can on Mother's Day, Father's Day, but I'm talking specific decorations for the yard. Like Chloe, growing up, was Christmas decorating a more involved event, or was it Halloween decorating was more of an involved event?
I grew up in a household that every year my father and I decorated for Christmas outside, and then my whole family would decorate inside. So I'm going to say Christmas.
Okay.
We did decorate for Halloween. Like, we had plenty of decorations and lights and stuff.
Yeah.
But Christmas we decorated more for, and we replaced our lights and decorations more annually. And I'm also factoring in the fact that Christmas decorations does include a Christmas tree, whether it's a fake or a real one. So you are spending like a lot of money on a tree. Every one to like probably
true the tree
10,
between the live
years.
or the real tree, whatever it is, or the fake tree. People going back and forth between their spending in terms of that. I get it. I just want to know what's the best place to see Halloween decorations in Fresno. I know we have the Christmas Tree Lane here, and that's the Christmas, down the street from our studio in terms of that. But like, where is the best place to pull up and see some awesome Halloween decorations? Do we know? Do we know a spot in Fresno in terms of it, or
around Tower?
Tower's got it cooking.
Tower houses usually
They cook it up pretty good.
There's a huge skeleton in my neighborhood.
Yeah, we like the huge skeleton. I have a friend who owns a huge skeleton, and they want to leave it up all year round if they could.
Oh, they left this one all year round. They put costumes during the seasons.
I've seen there's a giant skeleton by my house up north in North Fresno that I've seen where they have that as well. I love it. I love the energy around it, and back in my day when I was growing up in the Bay Area, there were some people that would have their houses like actually built out as haunted houses. You could like walk through and do like walkthrough stuff in terms of it. And there was like a line down the street in terms of it. And there were like a few houses that were set up like that. I have a distinct memory of that. I don't know if anybody's ever done that before. Have seen those before. The people get extremely creative in terms of it. Feels like a lot of work, but it's also very, very, very worth it. But I think the people who provide that. I'm a big scary house, like haunted walkthrough person as well. I love the haunted walkthroughs when you can go through and people jump out and scare you and anything like that. I was always big going to the amusement parks that had that as well. Like distinct memories, Not Scary Farm for me is like one of the things we always did, or Great America up in San Jose, where Santa Clara, where we do that as well. You're shaking your head like, no go for me, Chloe. This is not something I want to be a part of. You can't get through a haunted walkthrough?
I am not for scary things. I'm not a scary movie watcher. The haunted houses, I remember in my neighborhood in Tulare, we had that. And you had like one or two houses who would do it.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people would set up tents and they'd make like kid ones.
Yeah.
And I would cry going through the entire thing. My friend just invited me to Hobbs Grove. I won't go.
Yeah.
I love going to Magic Mountain, and we would leave as the sun would go down. They'd bring out all the scary people. I am not for that. I like Halloween for dressing up and for the candy, and definitely nothing scary. Pumpkins.
You know what my trick is going through all those haunted houses, the scary things as well, like when people jump out, instead of me tensing up and screaming, I just yell, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Go, yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Huh? Yeah, I'm and I create a comedic effect and somebody looks at me like they're, oh man, killed the vibe. I don't know. Jorge, what about you? Walkthroughs, haunted walkthroughs?
No, I have high blood pressure, so I don't do that.
No.
I'll have a heart attack probably.
Or hey, you might take someone down.
I could.
Someone came at you the wrong way.
Yeah, no. I mean, I do like watching horror movies.
Yeah.
More slashers than suspense.
I don't do the horror movies, but I play the horror video games. I'm currently actually playing. I don't know if you Silent Hill 2. Oh yeah. They have a remake that just came out. And my brother is watching me play this video game the last couple days. So, I've been, I'm barely through it. I've killed a few zombies through this fog-ridden town in the middle of Maine somewhere. It's very creepy, eerie vibes.
Yeah, I played it on the original one.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm a scary video. I like the scary alien games too, like those games where you're in space and things are kind of screwed up and you have to fight monsters, anything like that. I don't know if I have a specific Halloween tradition per se as well, but I love it. And I hope everyone's enjoying their Halloween today. I'm sure I saw a lot of my friends, teacher friends, were dressed up today in terms of costumes as well. So everyone's in their big get-ups as well. Shout out to Paul Metters. I if he's hearing me right now, I want to hope he's hearing me. I hope he shows up in the chicken costume. I don't know if you saw on his social media, he's dressed up as a chicken for Halloween, and I hope he shows up in the chicken costume today for his segment at 4 o'clock.
I thought it was going to be Colonel Sanders there.
He can be both, right? He could be the chicken and the Sanders, right?
I think so, yeah. Why not?
And can the chicken sound like Colonel Sanders? What's the chicken from Looney Tunes? Foghorn?
No, Foghorn.
He kind of sounds like Colonel Sanders, right?
Southern guy.
Yeah, he's a big Southern draw, he's a big, tall rooster, I don't know what he says. I barely watch Looney Tunes.
I do declare.
I do declare. In terms of that. All right. Let me run through some scores here from last night. We did have some high school games. How about 21 games in the Central section last night? Yes, we did have some results. So, lot to get to here. Let me run through them for you here. Templeton beats Cabrillo 29-23 last night. That was a game in Cabrillo. Good game between ranked Templeton taking on Cabrillo. Porterville all over Monache last night, 49-7. I think Porterville is on the inside track to win that. East Yosemite will check it as far as it's concerned. Tulare Union beats their rival Tulare Western 55-33 last night. Coalinga handling Dos Palos at Dos Palos 35-13. And Pioneer Valley beating Santa Maria 42-6. Arroyo Grande beating Mission College Prep 42-0. Checking some other scores. CVC all over Reedley last night 42-0. How about this score? Sanger West beating Sunnyside 50-48 at Sanger West last night. Basically, those teams are, I think, pretty much right down the street from each other, right? Jorge, Sanger West and Sunnyside, they're like less than a mile between each other, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sanger's the new.
They're right down there. They're right down there. So new renewed rivalry in terms of that. How about this score? We had Central East. I think they were on the ropes last night against Buchanan. Paul Metters was going to, I would say we're going to start with that one when he comes in at 4 o'clock. But how about Central East holding off Buchanan last night, 46-38? Kind of a surprise performance from the Bears. The Bears are sneaky, right? They're a sneaky team in terms of their capabilities. Garza beats Madera 55-35. You had East Bakersfield beating El Del Oro 25-20. Lindsay edging Strathmore 24-22. Orosi beating Orange Cove 41-14. Liberty of Bakersfield all over Stockdale 63-7. Bakersfield Christian completing the perfect regular season 52-31 over Garces Memorial. Sierra Pacific beating Hanford West 47-12. Matilda Torres over Madera South 49-16. And Frontier barely beating Centennial 15-14 last night in a weird one. I got to know the story of that one in terms of that. But Frontier finishes at 6-4 on the season. I believe with Centennial losing, they do not make the playoffs. They are 2-8, I want to say, or 2-7. I can't remember the record, but you need 3 wins to make the playoffs, and Centennial misses the boat by a point. That's got to be a heartbreaker for them. So there's your scores from last night. We'll have a little more recap in terms of what we're expecting tonight, including our game, which is Clovis and Clovis West over at LaMonica Stadium, which is a pregame starting at 6:30, kickoff starting at 7 o'clock. But before we get to the break, I want to remind you folks, YouTube TV customers, get the sports you love on ESPN back. That's right. You cannot have access to college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more right now. You got to act now. Go to keepmynetworks.com to get ESPN back to your YouTube TV subscription. Act now on that. All right, when we come back, we're going to go to the NFL, pick some games from the NFL week. It's the Bonatti Blitz, part 2 of our week here. Bonatti Behind the Bench, just getting started here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Quick, where can you find a great selection of Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Serta, and Mattress First bedding? Easy. The same place you'll find adjustable beds, sheets, pillows, mattress protectors, and more. Sleep Retreat, inside fashion furniture. It's worth the time to walk through and imagine what your home could look like with beautiful new furniture. Or how comfortable you'll be on your new mattress. Fashion Furniture on El Paso, across from River Park. There's nothing like it in all of California.
Summer's winding down, and fall is the perfect time to get your home ready for the cooler nights ahead. At Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, we've been keeping Fresno families comfortable since 1981. A seasonal service now means peace of mind all winter long, knowing your system is ready when you need it most. When the holidays come, your home will be cozy and welcoming for everyone who walks through the door. Don't miss out on the comfort you deserve. Call Lee's Air today and step into the season with confidence.
Get your business noticed and stand out from the crowd by visiting MegaPrints. Working with the Valley's most prestigious and high-profile businesses since 1998, we print and install custom-designed signs for businesses of all types and sizes. From yard signs to banners to wallpaper and fleet graphics, MegaPrints has the state-of-the-art capability to turn the signage you've dreamed of into a reality. Visit megaprints.com today to see our work and what we can do for your business.
Fresno, get ready for the flavor you didn't know you were missing. Chopped Cheese Bodega on the northwest corner of Blackstone and Bullard in Fresno, next to the 7-Eleven, is now open and serving up the East Coast classic right here in the Central Valley. From loaded chopped cheese sandwiches to crispy fries and house-made sauces, this is not your average deli. Follow at Chopped Cheese Fresno on Instagram to see the full menu. Real meat, real cheese, real good. Chopped Cheese, Bullard and Blackstone in Fresno.
Here's a tip from All-American Glass, Fresno's go-to since 1990.
Hey, it's Isaac with All-American Glass. When it's time to replace your windshield, here are 3 things to keep in mind. First, try to choose a shop that's a registered member of the Auto Glass Safety Council. Second, make sure the technicians working on your vehicle are knowledgeable and certified. And third, if your vehicle is equipped with advanced driving assistance systems, make sure a successful recalibration of the forward-facing camera is performed after the installation. These are some of the reasons you can count on All-American Glass. And remember, we treat your car like family.
Get a free quote today at aagfresno.com.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
The Central Valley Sports Leader has you covered for the local angle with the Central Valley Sports Report hosted by Paul Meadors. Paul is back for year 5 and is ready to give you the insight and knowledge of everything you need to know when it comes to high school sports. From the coaches and player interviews to the game recaps week by week, as well as talking with all the insiders that have the pulse when it comes to prep sports in the Central Valley. Central Valley Sports Report, airing 10 a.m. to noon, live from First String Sports every Saturday on 1430 ESPN Fresno.
Are you tired of waiting forever for your prescriptions? Grizzly Pharmacy is here to tame your healthcare needs. We fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less, always accepting new patients. And enjoy free delivery to your home or workplace in Fresno and Clovis. We accept all major insurance, including Medi-Cal, Blue Cross, and Optum Rx. For our Clovis location, please call 559-324-1808 or visit grizzlypharmacy.com for more information.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno. Valley's local sports leader. Speaking of watching, anyone watch Thursday night game last night? I had zero, like once it got to a certain level of boring, I just was out. I was out on Ravens-Dolphins last night. Seemed like the Ravens just kind of had it all figured out in terms of it. I got nothing on terms of that game last night, other than the Dolphins have gotten rid of their GM. They parted ways with their GM last night. So,
well, once I saw that it was 28-0, because I kind of wanted to see where if the Ravens were back to being the Ravens.
Dolphins look so lost, man. They look so. I don't think the Ravens were back. That wasn't a Ravens are back performance for me.
They're back to the winning column.
Yeah, well,
that's what
you're in the win column.
Not really to what they were last year or the year before,
no.
But
I would not say the Ravens are 100% back, but remember, Jorge, I read you that Ravens schedule in terms of what they have left remaining, right? Minnesota, Cleveland, New York Jets, Cincy. Who knows with Cincy? And then they can
still make the playoffs.
And then they get the final 5 weeks, which I think is pretty tough. Pittsburgh, Cincy, New England, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. So we'll see where it is. I'm not totally sold on the idea of the Ravens making the playoffs still, even if they're trying to get out of that hole they dug themselves in at 3-5 now on the record last night. No other thoughts though. Mike McDaniel apparently is going to keep his job to the end of the season. We'll see if that's true. Stephen Ross is one of the owners I don't trust in any way of whatever he says in terms of any. So I wouldn't put it past him to be discussed at some certain point of the Dolphins season and say goodbye. Okay, let's get to our Bonati Blitz. And Bonati Blitz is brought to you by Grocery Outlet, which is our partners for our Tailgate Ready contest. That's right. 2 more home games left for the Fresno State Bulldogs. And we got 2 more opportunities left for you to win 2 tickets and $100 to your tailgate at Grocery Outlet. You just got to go to your locations in Northwest Fresno, downtown Fresno, Southeast Fresno, Sanger, and Kerman. Enter today, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets and $100 to your tailgate for the next upcoming Fresno State home games. Be sure to sign up at Grocery Outlet today. All right, Bonati Blitz, what we do all the time, we pick these games every week. We pick them on Fridays, and we go through them in terms of that. We'll go around the circle as we do. Myself, then Jorge, then Chloe. We'll just go through it. We got a lot of games to get to, so rapid fire is the way to go. And we begin with the music here for Week 9. Yes. Week 9 of the NFL season. 4 teams on bye. I don't have them in front of me. I think the Jets and the Browns aren't playing, thank God. Starting off, we go to New England for the Patriots and the Falcons. Michael Penix back in action this week for the Falcons. Is it going to yield a better offensive output than they showed in terms of their game against Miami last week? Falcons, maybe the deadest team I ever seen last week in terms of their performance. Maybe the most disappointing performance of the week last week. The Patriots continue to roll. They beat teams they are better than in terms of that. They stretched games out into the second half. Drake May, top 3 NFL MVP contender. Don't ask me. Just go look at the odds in terms of that. Patriots are rolling in this season, 5.5-point favorites. I don't see any reason the Patriots can't win here at home over the Atlanta Falcons.
I agree with you. I think the Falcons lost their mojo once they lost to the Niners. After that, they
have not looked good since that Niners game.
So I feel like the Patriots have everything. I mean, they're gonna be at home, so they got everything on their side to win it.
What do you got, Chloe?
I have to agree that after that Niners game, there is a major change in the Falcons' performance. They're not playing like the team that I've known them to be so easily, the Patriots.
I love that hair. Easily the Patriots. Wow. I'm in a good spot. Next up.
You know what? I'm about to take off
my hold on. I'm turning off your mic. Next up on our schedule, the Chargers and the Titans. The San Diego Chargers, I like to always call them, even though they are L.A., it's fine. The Chargers 5-3, beating up on a very injured Vikings team. Titans, man, they just do not know how to play football right now, and I don't see any difference in terms of the coach fired to the new coach now. This Titan team makes too many mistakes. They don't have enough weapons to find any way to compete in football games this year. I think they're lucky to have one win, and I don't think they'll get another. Chargers get a victory on the road over Tennessee, 9.5-point favorite. Give me the points, all of it. Chargers win big.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think that, they've been playing well, and Titans have nothing. They literally have nothing. I feel like it's going to be an easy game for Chargers.
I can also confidently take the Chargers in that one. I'll just simply say I agree with everything both of y'all have said.
2 easy picks. We'll see what this one does next, though. Bears and Bengals in Cincy. The Bears have slipped up a little bit after their loss to Baltimore last week. Bears, first game since this whole season, they have not recorded a takeaway with that Baltimore Ravens team. But guess who likes to give the ball away? Jake Browning. He could be starting in this game if Flacco is not healthy. The Bengals really giving away that game to the New York Jets, maybe caving in their chances of a potential playoff backdoor berth in terms of it. Chicago, 2.5-point favorite. I really don't know what to do with this game. I could see it going many, many different ways. I guess I'll take the Bears, but I really do not feel good about any of this team. I have no good feel over this game.
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
That's fair.
I think the Bengals just I think the Bears are going to step on their legs or tails. And
whatever. Bears don't have tails.
Well, metaphorically.
They have tiny little tail. You can't step
metaphorically.
on it. Okay, metaphorically.
So they're going to, they're going to be their own, demise. So I think that's going to play in the Bengals' way. And I think
all right. Jorge's going Bengals. What do you got, Chloe? Split the difference.
The Bengals. I feel like the Bears do sometimes get a little cocky in their performance. I don't know. I feel good about taking the Bengals, but I can agree that I don't feel great about this game. Neither one of these teams are really ones that I love, so I'll take the Bengals.
Next up. By the way, ask the question on Twitter. Do Bears have tails? Anyways, next up.
Do Bears have tails?
Do Bears have tails, yes or no? Next up. Colts and Steelers in Pittsburgh. The Indianapolis Colts continue to just roll. They're very good at beginning of football games. They just get off to a roll, take the lead, and run with it in terms of the way they play football. Steelers are a team that has to get going in terms of their offensive flow, and they seemed to lose a lot of steam last week in terms of the way they were playing against Green Bay. I want to say this Pittsburgh Steelers team is a team that wants to get to the playoffs in terms of the way they are, but I don't know if they have enough gas to get there. This Colts team, I know it's going to be an interesting test to see what they can do on the road. But Jonathan Taylor has been absolutely phenomenal, one of the top MVP candidates through this year as well. Pittsburgh doesn't really defend the run very well. Going matchup here, Indianapolis 3.5-point favorite on the road. Give me the Colts to get to 8-1. I can't believe it as they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I'll go with the Steelers in this one. Why? Because I feel like the Colts are just gonna, have that day of. It's gonna be the day of that they're gonna mess up, and the Steelers are gonna take the advantage there.
Yeah. Colts for you, Jorge.
No, Steelers.
Steelers for you.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you get through your. There you go. Chloe, what do you got?
I'm going to take the Colts in this one. I mean, their key players are playing really strong this season. Again, Taylor's looking strong. Jones, I feel good about the Colts. It'd be amazing to see them go 8-1. I do feel like the Steelers are lacking in their performance and keeping up. So, give me the Colts.
Next up, 49ers and Giants in New York, MetLife. The Niners, there's always a major injury when they go to MetLife. I will warn people in terms of that. I'm not forecasting anything, but certainly they will look to get out of there healthy in terms of it. 5-3, the Niners sit after losing, I would say, a disheartening performance to the Houston Texans last week. Houston, who looked anemic on offense, rolling all over that Niner defense last week in terms of 400-plus offensive yards for the Texans, controlling the football. And while the Niners couldn't get to the 100 passing yards by the end of the third quarter, Mac Jones is back starting. He was announced today. Brock Purdy is healthy, or they're saying he is limited, but they're going to keep him available to potentially play as the backup. So curious to see how that will look in terms of it. The Niners, I think they need this win a lot more than people think, especially with the Rams coming into town next week. The Giants, without the Scatterbo factor, I want to pick the Giants. I'm begging to pick the Giants, but I think I have to go Niners just simply on the idea that Kyle Shanahan will bounce back from a loss.
I agree with you. I think that the Niners are going to win. The Giants have just lost their running game, pretty much what they were going with, and I think they're one-dimensional. I think that the Niners are going to find them out, and yeah, they're going to win it.
All right, next up.
We already know I'm going to take the Niners.
Of course.
We're not surprised. But, I mean, the return of Mac Jones. McCaffrey's still looking really strong for us. And then with the loss of Scatterbo, that was a key component to the Giants here. So I do feel like Kyle Shanahan is going to bounce back pretty good. And I'm going to, of course, take the Niners.
All right, next up. Broncos and Texans. Bo Nix and this Broncos team, they're rolling in terms of both sides of the ball. The offense looking great. The defense shutting down the Cowboys, who I think the Cowboys were shut down really for the first time this year in terms of the way they were performing. But this Texans team is much more adept in terms of the way they can defend. And maybe they found something. Maybe they unlocked something in that Niner game last week in terms of Houston. It's in Houston. I don't quite trust the Broncos to get to 7-2 as a record this week. I think the Texans may have figured something out in terms of their run game, in terms of maybe C.J. Stroud getting back to what he was from his rookie year. I hope that's the case, because the Texans, I think, are a team that needs a game like this and needs a win like this over a top-tier opponent. This is a classic Texans win, I would say. They're favored by 1.5. I'm picking Houston over the Denver Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos on this one. I think they have a better defense, and I think that's one of the key components to defeating the Texans in defense. Stopping the run and getting rid of the short passes there.
It's fair. What do you got, Chloe?
I'm just going to take the Broncos on this one. I feel like their performance is looking a lot stronger than the Texans. I feel like it will be a pretty close game, but I'll take the Broncos in this one.
Next up, Lions and Vikings in Detroit. The Lions coming off the bye. They're 9.5-point favorites. J.J. McCarthy returns as quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions return everybody back to playing football. And I don't see any other different result in terms of this game. I think the Lions are primed for a long win streak here moving forward. The Vikings just haven't proven it to me on the offensive end. It just doesn't seem like they're having fun playing football out there. I just don't believe in this Vikings team as much as I want to in terms of that. Give me Detroit. This should be a rollover in terms of the way they play. I think they win by multiple double-digit scores here.
I wanted to go with the Vikings, but I see no way of them winning this game. Even with their quarterback coming back, I just don't see it. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead with the Lions.
All right, sweep of the Lions.
I'm gonna take the Lions.
There we go.
I mean, Gibbs, Brown, all of them, they're looking really strong. And we have the whole team back, correct?
Pretty much.
So I think it's going to be an easy win for the Lions on here.
Good call. Good call. Next up, Panthers and Packers. The Packers coming off their nice win over Pittsburgh. The Panthers licking their wounds after a tough loss to Buffalo last week at home. Panthers, it's an interesting season the way they're going. I thought Andy Dalton wasn't going to really make much of a difference in terms of their game last week against the Bills. It clearly did. I think Bryce Young has some talent in terms of the way he's been motoring and moving around for this Panthers team. Key question is, can the Panthers get back to their running ways? They really haven't been able to run the football like they did a couple weeks ago. I think the Packers will win. I think the line's pretty disrespectful to the Panthers in terms of the way it is. 12.5 is pretty heavy. I think the Panthers keep it close, but I think the Packers will overall win this football game.
It's weird because the Panthers have a 4-4 record, and the Packers have like a 5-1-1.
Bye weeks and all that craziness will do it to you.
Literally, they're one game away from the Packers.
The Packers have one more win than the Panthers, and yet they're like 4 games out or something crazy like that.
It's weird.
Yeah,
it's a weird
stuff.
Thing. I do believe that the Packers at home are stronger. I think the Panthers are going to give them a good game, though. So, but ultimately, Packers are going to win it.
All right. Chloe, what do you got?
I'm going to take the Packers. Like Jorge said, everything I was thinking. They're strong at home. It's going to look good. I think it will be a tough battle between the two teams, but I'm liking Packers offense a lot more, so I feel like they can hold up pretty strong against the Panthers defense, so I'm going to take the Packers.
Next up, in Las Vegas, the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Raiders. Jaguars 2.5-point favorite on the road after losing 2 in a row, coming off the bye after losing in London to the Rams. The Jaguars will not be with Travis Hunter, their top pick. He looked like he is out with a sprain of his MCL. We'll see what that looks like. He dinged it up in practice. Could affect the way this passing game could go. Jaguars need to get the passing game rolling. They have really struggled in terms of their drops, in terms of their wide receivers being able to, catch in traffic in terms of that. Trevor Lawrence needs to be a little more accurate. I think this is a get-right game for the Jaguars. The Raiders really don't have much to offer in terms of the offensive side of the ball. We could be considering the benching of Geno Smith pretty soon here in terms of what other quarterback options there could be for the Raiders at 2-5. So I think Jackson will win this football game. I don't see the Raiders really offering much in this one.
I think this is going to be a close one.
Yeah.
I think that the Jaguars might step on their own tail.
They can do that. Jaguars can do that.
And give the Raiders a win here.
Okay.
Handed it to them.
So you're picking the Raiders?
So I'm picking the Raiders.
You're picking the Raiders. All right. Chloe, what do you got?
I will never pick the Raiders.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to take the Jaguars on this one. I'm going to leave it at that.
All right. Next up, Saints and Rams in L.A. The Rams 5-2 coming off the bye. Puka Nacua is back, taking on the Saints, who I don't even know if I can say the name of their quarterback correctly. Shook. I think that's what his name is, Tyler Shook. The Rams, I think, are a Super Bowl team. They've barely lost to 2 quality teams so far this year. They're 2 plays away from maybe being 7-0 on this season. And with Puka back and the offense rolling and Devontae Adams being the way he is, I don't see any signs of this Rams team slowing down, moving towards the tail end of this season. This is a classic Rams take care of business game for them. They're at home. I don't see any other direction this goes. Rams all over the Saints this weekend.
Yeah, the Rams at home. There's no way. I'm going Rams.
Yep.
Rams, I agree. They are a Super Bowl team this year. They're looking great. And 1-7.
Yeah, rough.
So give me the Rams.
Next up, Chiefs and Bills in Buffalo. Pat Mahomes and company already at 5-3. Wow, we thought the sky was falling when they had 3 losses in the early part of the year. Here they are ready to take on Buffalo, who Buffalo has had their own issues in terms of this game. Kansas City is a favorite on the road. That gives me a little sign Buffalo might have a little edge in terms of the mental capabilities of saying we're underdogs today in our own building to this Kansas City Chiefs team that we have beaten before. I think the Bills can absolutely beat the Chiefs. think defensively, maybe they're shoring up a few things on that side of the ball. The Chiefs don't have really quite a run game to offer in terms of their ability to attack and exploit this Bills defense. And plus, I think the Chiefs really struggle with quarterbacks that can run around and use their legs to keep drives going. Guess who does that better than anybody? Josh Allen. Give me the Bills to win over the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday.
I agree with you on this one. I think the Bills have a step over the Chiefs. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good game, but definitely the Bills are going to win it.
Give me the Bills. That's it.
Does give you the Bills. And finally, Sunday Night Football, the Seahawks and the Commanders in Washington. Jayden Daniels sounds like he is going to be back playing at quarterback for the Commanders, but is it too little too late in terms of the 3-5 Washington squad, while the Seahawks, who are coming off of their bye week, playing really good football? Like I said, they're kind of like the Rams. They're a couple plays away from maybe being 7-0 as well as a team in terms of the way they're playing. They have weapons everywhere. They have an ability to move the football. They just got to get out of their own way in terms of it. I just don't know if the Commanders have enough juice to keep up with what Seattle can present offensively. And on the defensive side, Seattle has a lot to work with that way as well. They're going to really frustrate Washington and in any sense of the word. I see Seattle winning on the road here on Sunday Night Football.
I don't know. This is a tough one for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a coin flip, really. Two similar teams that are, coming from low to high,
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go with Seahawks, but by 3 or by 1.
Well, Seahawks by 2.5 on the line. So it sounds
yeah,
like Seattle by 3.
So that's yeah.
So all right.
I'll go Seahawks, but it could be, the other way around.
Clay, wrap us up.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight game for sure, but as long as we have the return of Jayden Daniels, I mean, he's such a key component to the Commanders, and I truly do favor the Commanders and his performance, so I'm going to take Washington on this
All right,
one.
Washington in an upset, and that is your Benatti Blitz, brought to you by Grocery Outlet. We'll pick the Dallas game on Monday, Dallas and Arizona. Let's take a break. When we come back, we wrap up this hour next on 1430 ESPN.
Hey, it's Phil Benatti from Behind the Bench for my friends at Valley Athletics, the new go-to sports facility in the Central Valley. Founded by Valley legend Vance Wahlberg and former Bulldog volleyball coach Jonathan Winder. Valley Athletics allows athletes to really shine at volleyball, basketball, and pickleball. Visit valleyathletics.co right now to learn more about enrolling in our current volleyball and basketball offerings that include league play. That's valleyathletics.co, proud sponsors of high school athletics.
At Helena Agri-Enterprises, we're committed to helping you make the best agronomic decisions for your farm. That's why we combine cutting-edge technology with superior product. Helena's agri-intelligence solutions use in-depth analysis to identify potential problems in the field before they take root. Combined with a complete line of high-quality crop production and crop protection inputs, Helena has the tools to help you increase productivity, enhance performance, and maximize your return on investment. Contact your local Helena representative or authorized dealer to create the right plan for your farm with Helena products and agri-intelligence solutions.
From the roar of Valley Children's Stadium to the heart of the Red Wave, Fresno State football ignites the Valley, and Precision Civil Engineering is proud to help power that momentum. Named 2024's best engineering firm by the Business Journal, Precision Civil Engineering delivers top-tier planning, surveying, and design building, the backbone of the Central Valley. Proud partners of Fresno State Athletics, because when the Dogs rise, the Valley rises. Go Dogs! Visit precisioneng.net today.
Fresno, this is it. The final home game of the season is here, and your Fresno City College Rams need you in the stands. Join us at historic Ratcliffe Stadium, the home of champions on Blackstone, just north of McKinley, for one last chance to cheer on your Rams at home. This Saturday, November 1st at 1 p.m., the Rams face College of the Sequoias in a matchup you won't want to miss. Bring the noise, bring the pride, and help send our team off with a powerful home field finish. For tickets, visit fccrams.com.
Looking to switch your phone service? Check out Boost Infinite Wireless. Its new technology switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. And you can get a low-priced, unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every year. So switch today. Call 855-55-BOOST. That's 1-855-55-BOOST. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Hey Fresno, Chris Swart out here, operating partner Jack's Car Wash Companies, located on the southwest corner of Cedar and Shepherd. Don't miss out on this winning combo.
That's right, Jack's Car Wash has a brand new Pepsi and Coke soda fountain, plus a new Keurig coffee station featuring your favorite national brands. Plus, Jack's full detailing is backed by popular demand. Schedule yours today by calling 435-7335.
Jack's Car Wash and ESPN Fresno, the double play of a great car wash and a great broadcast. Let's go Giants!
Bulldog fans, Marcus McMarron here. On the field, success comes from having the right team. And when it comes to servicing your car or truck, my team is Ed Dina's Auto Center. Huge selection, unbeatable prices, and the service you can count on every time. Don't wait till the fourth quarter. Drive into victory with a vehicle from Ed Dina's. Trust me, this is a game-winning drive. Ed Dina's Auto Center, where Bulldogs buy.
Strong company culture doesn't happen by accident. It starts with well-trained managers who know how to lead with purpose. The Sandler Management Accelerated Program is a 10-week course that gives your leaders a clear roadmap to management success. They'll learn how to manage, develop, and retain your most valuable resource, your people. The next cohort starts Thursday, November 13th. So be sure to learn more at kcurtin.sandler.com. That's kcurtin.sandler.com.
To Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Reminder, folks, YouTube TV customers, get the sports you love on ESPN back, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Act now. Go to keepmynetworks.com to get ESPN back for you YouTube TV customers out there listening right now. Big college football weekend coming up. You don't want to miss any of that. All right. We got a little bit of time. I'm opening up the floodgates. Let's do a little Halloween conversation. It might bleed into our next segment as well. Halloween candy debate. We're going to pick our 3 Halloween candies right now. I think this is the perfect time to do so in terms of it. And I don't have any – I didn't produce this segment very well. I think we're just going to go around and pick one each. And then we do an objectionable candy. What's your worst candy out there? I got one. And it may surprise the peanut gallery in terms of – I'm not going to go straight there to the one you guys are thinking of. But it is pretty objectively horrible. But I got a secret one in my back pocket that I'm ready to reveal in terms of my least favorite candy. I'll start. I'm a big Reese's Pieces guy. I'm going to draft Reese's Pieces here at the top. I think Reese's Pieces are my favorite candy out there. I love the peanut butter chocolate little thing. Jorge, what is the quality of candy you look for?
I'm always a Snickers guy.
Snickers?
Yeah, those little Snickers. Yeah.
I like Snickers. The only problem is I don't like getting the peanut out of my teeth after a Snickers. I don't like dealing with the peanut.
Yeah.
I'm always like picking my teeth after a Snickers.
Makes it a little crunchier.
Yeah, you like the crunch on it. All right, Chloe, what do you got?
I'm going to take Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Okay, under the Reese's family.
Like the pumpkin-shaped ones.
Those can be okay.
Those are good.
But if they're sitting out after a while, they do get a funky flavor.
I do agree. Or the Trader Joe's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the dark chocolate ones. Oh, and they're miniature.
The mini cups.
Basically any like Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah. How about I'm going off the board pretty significantly. This may go back to my real tiny childhood, but anybody remember Runts? Yeah?
Runts, yeah.
Specifically banana Runts? Yeah? The banana flavored Runts. So you got like the lemons, you got the apples, you got the cherries, and then you got the the bananas, and the bananas are shaped like a banana. They're crunchy. They're nice. I like me some Runts. I think I could do a box of Runts.
Okay. I feel like the one that I think it's underappreciated is Milky Ways.
Milky Ways, yeah.
Yeah.
The caramel with them, yeah.
They're good. They're kind of like a Snickers, but without the peanut.
They're kind of like if a Snickers and a Three Musketeers had a baby.
Yeah.
That's what a Milky Way would be, right? In terms of that.
I feel like that's right.
Yeah, Chloe, what about you?
I'm gonna take whatchamacallits for my second one.
I forgot what a whatchamacallit is.
You've never had a whatchamacallit?
It's been a while. What are those? What are those again? Remind me.
They're like
whatchamacallits?
They're like they have wafer and caramel and they have like so many different layers to them. I haven't had one in forever, but I always get them around Halloween time.
How do you deal with you wear braces? I'm like, how do you deal with it with the braces around this time?
I haven't eaten them since I got braces. I'm like still learning what I can and can't eat. I can't do like Snickers or anything.
Yeah.
Like that.
I broke the rules so many times as a kid with the braces.
Too scared to break the
let's
rules.
be honest. Yeah. No, my parents paid so much money for these teeth, and I didn't. I didn't quite follow the rules. Yeah. Sorry, Mom. Let me see. What else do we got? I'm a bit.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
One that I always liked, but everybody hated. The Abba-Zabbas.
The what?
Abba-Zaba.
Excuse me. One more time.
Abba-Zaba.
You know what he's saying? I don't know what he's saying.
Abba-Zabbas. I haven't had one.
I haven't heard of this ever.
How do you know?
Really little.
Really?
How do you spell that?
Abba-Zaba.
Oh, those things? Those I always thought they looked gross. Peanut butter center.
Stretch out.
Taffy. I'm not a taffy guy. No, I'm not a taffy guy. Oh, my dad loves the saltwater taffies. I'm not taffy. I don't like the taffy. It's just not enough oomph to me in terms of a flavor.
So defensive right now.
I'm not defensive. I'm just saying I'm not a taffy person. So I understand. I now know I've had one, and I now know I don't like them. In terms of based off of what I saw.
They're old school. They're old school candy, man.
Yeah. What else? How about Butterfingers? Anybody?
Butterfingers, yeah, the classic
Butterfingers in terms
they
of
get
this
stuck
as well.
In my teeth.
That's Paul Meadows here.
Yeah,
he just walked in.
Yeah. I think he may want to hop into this conversation. I was going to save it till we're doing the Halloween candy conversation in terms of it. Can I get a mic to you here real quick? He just walked in the studio. We're just going to do this live on air. There we go. We got mic 2 on. Check 1 2. In terms of that, Paul.
I had to run in. So I'm driving up.
You're hearing this,
and I'm saving my guy Jorge here. Abba-Zaba, I'm on it. If you're a child of the '80s, I know I got a few years on you still, but Abba-Zaba, right? Were you able to, from the time I ran from my car into here, were you able to try to defend yourself? And,
yeah, of course.
And say what it tastes like? It's peanut butter inside of like this kind of a coconut white.
He said
I've seen the
chewy.
Packaging. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, you saw the packaging.
And I remember as a kid objectively hating them.
You were one and done, or what?
I was one and done. I gave it a shot, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on these."
I like to stretch it out and then kind of like finish half of it,
and you can save it for later, right? You could put it in the fridge or whatever. So you don't have to sit in one.
But objectively, I'll tell you this: my least favorite candy out of all the candies that I ever got as a kid, always what I would give to my little brother in terms of his bag. I could not stand a bag of hot tamales. I am out on cinnamon. I am out on that. People who eat cinnamon candy, including my father, are deranged, and that is not candy to me. That is suffering. That's where I'm at.
I really like hot
Oh
tamale.
my God.
I love cinnamon. Maybe that's where because I put cinnamon in everything, in my coffee, on my bagels, and my yogurt, and I wonder if it started from hot tamales as a kid. I love hot tamales.
Okay, we got to table this discussion because we're here at the end of the Paul, we're going to bring you on here at the top of this next hour. So we'll table the candy discussion. We got a lot to talk about here next at the top of the hour. So stay with us. You'll listen to Behind the Bench on 1430 ESPN.
Hey, football fans, you know what makes a team great on the gridiron? It's when all the players do their part to make everything work. That's what Superior Pipe can do for your food processing plant, chemical plant, boiler service, or tank truck. Thanks to their reliable and durable pipes, valves, and fittings, you can be sure that everything that makes your team perform is running strong. And with their same-day service and competitive pricing, they'll help make sure all your players are doing their part. Call now at 266-PIPE or visit online at superiorpipeusa.com today. Go Dogs!
My husband and I have worked hard to generate wealth. Now we want to enjoy it, not work hard to manage it. We have to log into too many websites and call too many people to keep track of everything. We want to simplify, view and manage our assets in one place, and make one call if we have changes or questions. We're looking for an experienced financial advisor who can give us that and keep a watchful eye on our money while we're tasting wine in Napa or Paso.
Sounds like you're looking for Thiessen-Duker Modern Wealth Management. Our technology allows you to see all your accounts and how they're doing in one place. And our advisors are well-versed in helping clients in your position. We can even coordinate with your CPA and tax attorney to help keep them on the same page for you. So the only call you'll have to make is Napa or Paso. Visit Thiessen-Duker.com to learn more about Thiessen-Duker. We look forward to hearing from you.
The advisors of Thiessen-Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Your Fresno State Bulldogs are fighting for that Mountain West Championship. There's nothing better than rooting for your Bulldogs as they battle it out on the gridiron, representing your city of Fresno. Bring the whole family and get loud cheering on your Bulldogs at Valley Children's Stadium all season long. Be sure to check out GoBulldogs.com today for information on special events and to grab your tickets for upcoming home games. Go Dogs!
From the front yard to the back, get your home fall ready at Lowe's. Save up to $10 on Scott's Turf Builder grass seed for a thicker lawn. Plus save $30 on a Charbroil stainless steel 4-burner gas grill. Was $2.99, now $2.69. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Grill price reflects discount. Valid 9/23 through 9/29, U.S. only.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
Taco Truck Throwdown is back at Chuck Chancey Park, Saturday, November 8th. Come hungry and enjoy tacos from over 24 of the Valley's best taco trucks. Stick around for an incredible night of music featuring hip-hop legend E40, R&B icons, the SOS Band, platinum-selling artist Baby Bash, and freestyle favorite Connie. Tickets and VIP packages are available now at TacoTruckThrowdown.com or at the Chuck Chancey Park ticket office.
Hey Spooky Stoners, Valley Pure is brewing deals that'll raise your spirits. Get 50% off aging flour from Valley Pure, Cowgirl, and Dots while supplies last. It's frighteningly good. You want more magic? Snag a pre-roll for just a penny with the purchase of any Valley Pure, Cowgirl, or Dots products. Exclusions apply. Stop by any of our 5 Valley Pure locations or order on the app for quick pickup before these ghostly goodies vanish into thin air. Elevate your stash this spooky season with Valley Pure, if you dare.
You're listening to the home of the San Francisco Giants, KFIG Fresno, 1430 ESPN. Sports Center.
I'm Ed Benkin. We are getting closer to Game 6 of the World Series in Toronto. In about 60 minutes, the Blue Jays and Dodgers will do battle, with Toronto looking for its first World Series championship in 32 years. They will play Game 6, and should the Dodgers win, there will be a Game 7 tomorrow night in Toronto. You can hear tonight's game on ESPN Radio and Game 7 if necessary. Now to football, where earlier today the Dolphins parted ways with general manager Chris Grier. He had been the team's GM since 2016. Meanwhile, sources have told ESPN's Adam Schefter that Coach Mike McDaniel will stay on as head coach throughout the remainder of the season. And ESPN's Chris Canty says despite that report, more changes are likely coming in Miami.
There was the question of whether or not they could do enough to justify all of the key actors being able to come back running back next year, right? Being able to bring back Mike McDaniel with Tua and the general manager, Chris Grier. What last night's game told me is there's no chance that they can bring all 3 of them back.
Miami has a bye week next week. The Ravens have been fined $100,000 by the NFL for violating the league's injury report policy regarding the status of Lamar Jackson 2 weeks ago. Brock Purdy will not play on Sunday against the Giants of the 49ers. Mac Jones makes his 5th straight start for San Francisco. Jacksonville's Travis Hunter is going on injured reserve with a knee injury, which he suffered in a non-contact situation in practice. Bears running back DeAndre Swift will not play against the Bengals on Sunday. He continues to deal with a groin injury. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels will be back Sunday when the Commanders face the Seahawks. Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. will also return. He missed last week's game with a leg injury. He'll be back this week to face the Patriots.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Monday, we'll break down NFL Week 9, preview Cowboys-Cardinals on Monday night, and react to the Dodgers-Blue Jays World Series. That's on Monday on The Rich Eisen Show. Disney Plus, ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again in anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
20th head coach in Fresno State history here, man. Is it hard to believe sometimes still, the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly here over the course of the last 5-6 weeks, but super excited to be here.
Phil Bonatti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN, Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Hour number 2 of 2 before we set it off to 5 o'clock. We'll be out, and we're heading over to LaMonica for Clovis versus Clovis West, a time-honored rivalry game there over between the two Clovis schools. Cannot wait to broadcast that one to wrap up the regular season. We're doing it on Halloween night, and Paul Metters is here with me to discuss all things football on a Halloween festive day. First of all, Paul, happy Halloween to you. How are you doing on this Halloween afternoon?
I survived Halloween at my school. We allow costumes. It was chaotic. It was the end of Red Ribbon Week, so we're doing games. And so, got past that. And, excited about tonight's game. But, today is big trifecta, right? So you got Halloween. You got Friday night football with us. And World Series Game 6 as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on today.
I got the Fox game, right? I got the pregame. They got the set all spooked up in terms of that. By the way, I told Jorge to throw on some Halloween music potentially tonight during the broadcast. So we're gonna see if we can Halloween it up a little bit.
Can you give me any hints?
Yeah,
I mean, you got to go Thriller, Michael Jackson. You got to go Ghostbusters, Ray Parker Jr. You got to throw in a little Nightmare Before Christmas too. Right?
You mentioned the 3 songs we don't have on our playlist.
You have time to get those songs on our playlist. You have time.
We'll see. I see what
you can cook things up. You can cook things up, Jorge. I'm promising tonight should be a fun one. A lot of tricks and a lot of treats in terms of the high school game tonight. And Paul, I looked it up. Last Friday night we had in terms of Halloween. Due to a leap year, Paul, we haven't had a Halloween Friday night since 2014. I was in high school back then. Or no, I was in college. Excuse me, college. I'm not that young. I was in college back then in terms of that. So it's been a while since we had a Friday night, Halloween night. It's going to be an interesting vibe tonight.
How tempted are you to wear a little something tonight?
I know. I wish I
kind of am.
I wish I tried to come up with something like the best I have is like an elf onesie, but that's more like for Christmas in terms of that. So I don't know if I can drum up that by the time I get to the stadium.
We could have done a famous broadcasting duo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Howard Cosell, God, this is too late. Why are we thinking about this now?
We should have talked about this last week. We should have talked about this last week. It's all right.
It's all
Moment's passed. We got like 5 years left before we get the next time. All right, Paul, we got a big game tonight, but we got a lot of results last night as well. Some interesting ones, to say the least. One interesting score. You were at a really entertaining game last night. How about those Buchanan Bears really giving everything the Bengals had in terms of Central East, who they need to win to officially clinch the track, I would say. For that, they do 46-38. But Buchanan, what stood out to you about that game last night at Veterans?
Well, a bunch of things. Buchanan is playing really good football, right? They took Clovis West to overtime. They lost the first 2 games of the year. It was Clovis and Central East. But, there were moments like, hey, Buchanan could really win this football game. And, Central just did their thing. Even if they're behind by a couple touchdowns, you figure they're good for one explosive play from Brandon Smith, and voila, he busts out a 91-yard run, got down to the 1 yard, and then he's able to punch it in. And, Buchanan's a lot better. Their defense was pretty solid. Their offense was kind of as expected, not super explosive. I thought their first drive of the game, they took the opening kickoff and went down in about 6 minutes and punched it in. You're like, hey, that's kind of the recipe, to beat this Central East team. So Buchanan, if they do hold on to that 4 seed, they could play Central East again. But the Grizzlies, a little bit of a concern. We saw their defense last week giving up 49 to Clovis. And then 38 to Buchanan, who has kind of struggled this year scoring in the track. They've been in a lot of football games. Last week they scored 14 against Clovis East, shut them out. But that still, to me, is a concern. That's one of the things that could hurt Central East.
2 and 3 in the track for Buchanan. Of course, they had Clovis West at the beginning of the track run. But you feel like they're significantly improving as the season goes. They beat North by 10. They beat Clovis East by 14. They only lose to Central East by 8. Who knows? Maybe emotional letdown per se for the East side, who had given so much to that Clovis game last week. But I don't think Kyle Biggs will say that. And I think Kyle Biggs says his team didn't perform up to the way he wanted, I'm sure. But he is hoping they are back and ready to go for next week when things go. It's going to be an interesting way it turns around in terms of that. Other result, I would say, stood out. A couple of more. Bakersfield Christian finishing off the undefeated season. Garcia's a decent team, right? But 52-31. And Bakersfield Christian, they can only get up to 1A, right?
Yep.
That's as far as they go.
D2 defending champs in that division. First 10-0 in school history.
Wow.
Impressive.
Congrats to them. Are they the team to beat in that bracket if it all forms in that same way?
Yeah, they'll be the 1 seed in that Division 1 single A. According to the high school ratings, they're actually number 5. So you got Central East, you got Clovis West, right? The winner's going to get that 2 seed. You got Buchanan there, and then Bakersfield Christian.
Now, an interesting wrinkle last night. I see Gabe Camarillo tweeting about this. So Centennial didn't get to their third win.
They didn't.
They lost to Frontier by a point, by the way, 15-14 last night. They could have got there in terms of it. So we have not as many teams as many spots for the playoffs, and now I would say this maybe begs a question of reclassification, shifting things around a little bit because we could not fill the field of 1A, AA, and 1A. Paul, did that thought come to your mind with Centennial missing out on the playoffs, and maybe there has to be a conversation of the Division II teams having to shift up a little bit in terms of that?
Yeah, so
it's a loaded question.
Well,
I know
it is, but tonight we'll be able to sort a few things out. That Clovis East and Clovis North game is actually going to be really big tonight. But yeah, so Centennial not making the playoffs with only 2 wins this season. There's only 15 qualifying teams.
Right.
That's going to be in that Division 1A, AA, and Division 1A. So that's how it's going to sift out this year. I really like that 25% rule. I think the brackets are going to be solid, but the question is, we'll find out tomorrow morning when the high school ratings come out. Then we'll be able to figure out. Then the CIF will come out with the official ones around 2 or 3 o'clock. But is Clovis East, if they lose and go 0-5 in the track, are they going to be bumped down to the lower level as a 3 seed? Meaning,
I've seen brackets shifted that way, right?
Yeah, it might happen. Which means which bracket is going to have 7 teams? So who's going to get the bye? Is it going to be Bakersfield Christian, or is it going to be Central East?
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting side of that thing. And we'll see when we see what the brackets look like. Who knows what they look like in terms of that? But maybe that'll invite the conversation of what it'll shift around in terms of the 1AA, 1A side of things in terms of that. But like we said, we're projecting in terms of that. Tonight, though, Paul, classic rivalry. Clovis West, Clovis, essentially a battle for the 2 spot to have home field through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, Paul, which means a lot considering, I would say, for the comfortability of that. Although maybe between these 2 teams who may be meeting each other in a couple of weeks anyway, if things go the way people assume they go, tell me a little bit about what tonight's matchup will determine in terms of the game tonight.
It's interesting, Phil, and I was thinking about the matchups, the first round. If it holds true, they'll meet in the second round, but most likely they'll be at La Monica, I think. Right, I think that would be the case. If Clovis West, I guess their home field might be Veterans. I think.
Well, North has a game.
Don't quote me on this, but I think they get a choice. If I remember right, I'll have to confirm tonight with somebody. But I think whoever the higher seed is, if it's Clovis West, they'll get a choice if they want to play at La or at Veterans.
Okay,
we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out for sure. They can't drop below Buchanan.
No.
Because they both beat Buchanan.
Yeah.
So they'll be locked in at the 2 or 3. Might be what side of the field they are at La Monica Stadium. But I think Clovis West would have the choice of where they would play that playoff game if they win.
Yeah. I'm interested to see like the psychology of it per se too, because what works before. Like we think about it, Paul, when it came to the last week of the regular season and well, let me go back. Like when Clovis East beat Central earlier last year, and then obviously flip it on the head in terms of like it was a different ball game as it went along. Teams maybe just take a little bit of time to figure it out. But I'm curious in terms of the psychology of these teams going into this game tonight. Like I think Deacon Rose has got to be sitting there saying, I got to beat one of the big guys before I say goodbye to my senior year, right? I got to imagine he's sitting there thinking, I can't lose to Central East and Clovis West to leave my career, even though I know I have a shot at a title. I got to imagine he wants this game a whole lot tonight in terms of him as an individual player.
I would hope so, because as you mentioned in your opener, this rivalry goes back to 1979, Clovis High. They're called the original. You see a lot of their coaches even have the original in quotes on their jacket. The new kid on the block at that time was Clovis West. All right, who are those Clovis West kids? So this rivalry has dated back, since the beginning of Clovis West. And I tell you what, you talk to anybody that has played in this game or that's coached in this game, it means a whole heck of a lot. Remember a few years ago when Clovis West, actually it was the George Petrosons before he decided he wasn't coming back to Clovis West. I think they had 2 wins. I think they were 2-7.
Mm-hmm.
And Clovis had maybe only lost 2 games. And Clovis West beat Clovis High. And that was worth it. They could hang their hat on forever that they were the underdog.
Yep.
They beat Clovis High in their rivalry game. And they'll be talking smack, for the rest of their lives to the seniors on the other team. Yeah, I've been on the field after games when I was writing for the paper before I was up in the booth, and players from both sides would be crying after the games. It's just that emotional of a game. It's a big deal. It's all Clovis week. You see a bunch of posts on social media about the things that they do all week. There's T-shirts. There's a pep rally. I mean, there's everything. So not only is there some, quote-unquote home field advantage in the playoffs at stake, but the rivalry game, this to me is the top rivalry game. I know a lot of schools go back in history, and there's different things that you get when you win. But to me, this is the tops in the Central section.
Well, also, I don't know. It's big rivalry, Paul, because I see administrators putting out TikToks, hyping up the game themselves. I don't know if you saw that video out there.
I've seen a few.
I think there's I don't know if it's Hardwick, and I can't remember for the Clovis West side, but they're going back and forth. We're Clovis West, of course.
That's right. That's right. And they're going back and forth. Yeah, they're walking around. Yep, it's good stuff.
So even when you get the administrators to get on the TikTok, maybe that's how you know it means something in terms of it. You alluded to Clovis East and Clovis North tonight. You mentioned there's something at stake here in terms of that. Tell me a little bit about what we're paying attention to seeding wise with this game.
I think Clovis West is going to be down, Clovis East is going to be down their quarterback. So that's kind of big news. What Clovis East from going 10-0, track champions last year, going undefeated until they lost to Central, to going potentially 0-5, and that's something you probably wasn't going to expect this year. So it's big for seedings. It's big for, again, that's a rivalry game. A lot of people are going to have eyes on that football game. Yeah, because I don't see Clovis North losing this game, to be honest, but you never know. Clovis East has a pretty good defense, but you need to score points as well.
Yeah, certainly. Let me go to all right. I know I want to throw this game out at you because it is de facto, I would say, a league title game tonight. Northwest Sequoia league title is on the line, Paul. Liberty of Madera has Chowchilla tonight. And Liberty Madera could go undefeated in the league. Chowchilla could go to 5-1 and force a three-way tie, I would say, for the league with Minarets. So I find that game very fascinating. Could have easily been our game this week as well, potentially. But Chowchilla at Liberty, if Liberty can go 10-0 and finish off with a league title, it could be one of the great seasons they've had so far in their program history. Of course, they want to finish with a title, Paul, but I just want to shout out Liberty Madera.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been riding these guys for a while. You talked to the coach a couple weeks ago, right? Yeah. And what excites you about this game?
Chowchilla last year had a really good team, a good senior class. But this year, it seems like every 6, 7, 8 years, Liberty Madera has one of these types of teams that they had this year, running the heck out of the football. 361 yards on the ground before last week's game. Yeah, it just seems like a team that's destined to do well. But if you go to the projections, and this is a big game for Liberty, they're projected as the 4th seed right now in Division 4. Division 4 is pretty low. Templeton, that's a game that a lot of people's radars. Yesterday they won 29-23 at Cabrillo.
Yep.
They're slated as the number 1 team in Division 4 right now. We'll see what the rankings do tomorrow morning. But gosh, I got McLean, Liberty, and Emmanuel. In my opinion, I haven't seen Templeton, but just kind of seeing some comparative scores. I got those teams ahead of Templeton, but I think Templeton's going to be the number 1 team. But yeah, huge game for Liberty Madera. Coach Nolte does a great job. So yeah, we'll definitely keep tabs on that one.
How about a seeding, moving, and shaking kind of game? Washington Union at Kerman tonight. I think that could shake up some things around in terms of that. What does that game tell you in terms of what's at stake?
Well, Kerman's sitting at around a 7, 8, 9 in Division 3.
Yeah.
You know what they did last year. They're defending champs, first title in football history for the school. That's a sneaky game too. Washington Union, they got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
They play Kingsbury really tough. They beat Justin Garza. So it's a school that, right? I mean, Kerman got to be careful of it. We saw what the Kingsburg defense did to Kerman about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Independence at Bakersfield tonight.
Ooh. That's
going to be 6-3 Independence. Sneaky game.
I didn't see that.
At Bakersfield High. Yeah. I'm throwing that out to you. What percolates in your mind when I throw that at you?
Well, Coach Gola, the longtime coach at Bakersfield High, when they won a couple of Central Section titles, he's now the coach at Independence. Bakersfield, right now they are slated to be in D2. I think if they win tonight, I think they take the place of Tulare Union, who right now is the 2 seed in Division 1A.
They got a win last night against Tulare Western last night. 55-33.
33.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting. To me, Tulare Union should be a D2 team, and Bakersfield should be a D1 single A team. I think they get locked in.
Well, they're in that move up with the Bakersfield Christian crew, and they would have the top 2 in 1A, right?
And they'd be the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Right?
They'd have to be if they're going to do the 18 bracket. But what if it goes to 7? Who knows? The 25% rule. If it's a 17 bracket, Paul, Bakersfield's got to stay at D2, right, with the rule.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. About 8-1 Wasco at 8-1 Shafter tonight, Paul. You're licking your chops at this one.
Yeah, and that is a rivalry game. I know, the Clovis West, Clovis game tonight. Lemoore and Hanford tonight. I know you probably want to mention that, but
yeah,
that's going to be a really good one. Shafter, they got a D1 running back headed to Boise State. They got Kern County's all-time leader in touchdown passes. Wasco's got a really good team, and talk about rivalries down there in the Kern County area. That's a big one. So that's a huge game tonight.
Well, you alluded to Lemoore and Hanford. Lemoore 3-6, but they've had a really tough schedule. Hanford's, I think they're coming along. I think they've grown from where we saw them against Redwood. 5 or 6 weeks ago, Paul, to where they are now. How have you seen Hanford transform this year?
They're in a good spot. Coach Cannon Sanchez came on the show, was it last week? Last week or the week before. and he liked where they're at. I think they're happy being the 3 seed projected in that Division I Single A. They've always been able to score points. They don't have the depth or the bigger bodies that are able to compete in the higher Division I AA bracket. Saw that last year, but it's a rivalry game. Coach Candace Sanchez played in it, and now he's coaching in it. For the last 5 years as the head coach. So it's a big game. Both towns don't like each other. Both towns, they've shared players. They've had players transfer in and out. And, it's one of the good ones.
A couple undefeated seasons still left, too. You mentioned, I think, these teams, you alluded to them when we were talking Liberty and Madera, but Emmanuel and McLean are trying to cap off undefeated seasons. Emmanuel's at Exeter tonight. McLean is hosting Hoover. It's always great to finish a undefeated season. I want to stick to the Emmanuel side. Exeter's an interesting team, 5-4, but Emmanuel, they just seem to move people, maul people. That's all I hear about in terms of their front line, Paul. What makes them a dangerous team in postseason?
They play really good defense. Their schedule has been light in non-league, but they've taken care of business in league. They're a run-first football team. They got some big dudes on the offensive line. Remember, they upset McLean in the playoffs last year with their style of football that McLean wasn't used to. They'll grind it out, and they make you work for everything. They're a tough-minded team. This is the best team since Josh Henderson took over the program.
And I hate to totally take out the conversation in CMAC, but de facto, I don't think there really is much to be determined left, right? Unless
Sanger
got to beat Memorial tonight, and they got to Bullard's got to win and hope Sanger wins or loses tonight. Is it still a de facto tie if they end up sharing the record? Paul, I got 4-0 Sanger. They got 3-1 Bullard. Where does that sit for you?
Right. Yeah. I mean, if Bullard beats Edison, which they should tonight, and Sanger happens to lose to Memorial. Right,
then it's a share no matter what.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Sanger beat Bullard. It's still a shared CMAC title.
So that is what's at stake for the CMAC tonight as well.
A good win for Justin Garza last night. They played Madera.
Beating Madera.
Another 50-point.
Yeah, it was like a 50...
55-35?
Yeah, something like that. It was 55-35. Yeah, you're right. There in terms of that. I was looking. There was another score that was pretty crazy. Sanger West beating Sunnyside 50-48. Was pretty insane to me.
Hey, Sanger West kind of sleepy good this year. It'll be interesting to see where they fall.
I know. I was looking at who could punch their ticket into the playoffs tonight as well with a third win. There's a Highland chance against Ridgeview tonight. Down in Bakersfield.
There's a few out there.
They're 2-7. Ridgeview's 3-6. That's a chance in terms of that. If Chavez wants to upset Kennedy tonight,
not happening.
They want to try a shot at that. Taft needs a third win if they play Delano tonight. In terms of that, some of those small schools out there are trying to get there. Riverdale and Parley are going to go. One of them is going to win 3.
That's right.
So that's a de facto playoff game tonight in Parley.
I'm throwing away my neutrality here. I'm hoping for Parlier. Let's go, Panthers.
All right. Last little bit, because I know I want to just change subjects real quick, and then we'll send it to break. Your Dodgers tonight. Paul, last year we were celebrating, or at least you were celebrating a Dodger win on air. We were monitoring the game, and then the Dodgers ended up winning the World Series. I know the Dodgers can't win the World Series tonight, but do you feel like there is where is your level of hope after the last 5 games of this World Series so far?
Come on, offense. Let's go, right? Put some good at bats together. Try to square up the baseball. Gausman's going tonight, right? Just lay off the splitter, hunt the fastball. Pretty simple concept, but Yamamoto, right? He's a dude. He's proven it. So a lot of confidence going into tonight's game. And then when there's a game 7, you just let it rip, right?
Old
you just
fan
lay
favorite.
it all out there.
Kevin Millar said anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen in a game 7.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So I do believe the Dodgers win tonight, but we'll dive into it more. And then my prediction will come true, unfortunately for you. Blue Jays in 7, as I had it the whole series. But we'll see, Paul. We'll see. We'll keep our eyes on it. You can listen to the game right now, pregame over on 790, by the way, if you want to listen to that. Paul, appreciate it. We're going blue tonight.
Going blue.
For the Halloween, I don't know.
My chicken costume is in my car right now. I've had a few requests from people here to bust out that bad boy.
Maybe.
I don't know if I could walk up the steps at just heralded Tim Simons Field at Darrell Monica Stadium wearing a chicken costume. I don't want to disrespect.
Paul, if you did the pregame Instagram, maybe get into it real quick. And
I could stuff it in my backpack.
Yeah,
maybe.
we could have you wear it for the pregame Instagram. And we'll see. I got your mic on, Chloe. You want?
And then Phil, do you want to wear the butterfly wings?
I could gladly wear. I hope I don't break them.
I don't know about this. What is this?
She has butterfly wings that are like you can wear them. I don't know. I don't think.
Did you try them on?
I have not. I'm afraid I might rip them. I'm like I got too long of arms. I don't know. We'll see. We'll test them out. All right, Paul. We'll see you over at La Monica.
All right. Can't wait.
All right. See you then. Paul Metters with us. We'll be right back. We'll continue our show next on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Get ready for the ultimate Monday Night Showdown, only at Chancey Gold. Starting September 8th through December 29th, win your share of $80,000 in giveaways, including $51,000 in e-cash. Earn entries all day Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Then join us for drawings every Monday from 5 to 8 p.m. Swipe your rewards card during the game inside Firehouse Lounge for a free entry into over $28,000 in prizes, including football gear and more. Game day starts here at Chancey Gold.
Fresno, get ready for the flavor you didn't know you were missing. Chuck's Cheese Bodega on the northwest corner of Blackstone and Bullard in Fresno, next to the 7-Eleven, is now open and serving up the East Coast classic right here in the Central Valley. From loaded chopped cheese sandwiches to crispy fries and house-made sauces, this is not your average deli. Follow at Chopped Cheese Fresno on Instagram to see the full menu. Real meat, real cheese, real good. Chopped Cheese, Bullard and Blackstone in Fresno.
Quick, where can you find a great selection of Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Serta, and Mattress First bedding? Easy. The same place you'll find adjustable beds, sheets, pillows, mattress protectors, and more. Sleep Retreat, Inside Fashion Furniture. It's worth the time to walk through and imagine what your home could look like with beautiful new furniture. Or how comfortable you'll be on your new mattress. Fashion Furniture on El Paso, across from River Park. There's nothing like it in all of California.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
ESPN Fresno absolutely has a case of the Mondays. Major Wager Monday Night Football returns to Me and Ed's Victory Grill with your host, Carter. Bet on the game with free ESPN money and win prizes like tickets from the Save Mart Center, football gear from Sports Station, and even a new Traeger from Fresno Ag. Got a case of the Mondays? Heck yeah, we do. It's Major Wager Monday Night Football, only at Me and Ed's Victory Grill. Come bet on the game and win with 1430 ESPN Fresno.
Summer's winding down, and fall is the perfect time to get your home ready for the cooler nights ahead. At Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, we've been keeping Fresno families comfortable since 1981. A seasonal service now means peace of mind all winter long, knowing your system is ready when you need it most. When the holidays come, your home will be cozy and welcoming for everyone who walks through the door. Don't miss out on the comfort you deserve. Call Lee's Air today and step into the season with confidence.
On game day, don't just settle for weak snacks. You go big, like a boss. The Butcher Boss brings you the kickoff platter, stacked high with man-sized, fully cooked meats. Tender sliced tri-tip, fall off the bone, pork spare ribs, smoked sausage, fiery jalapeno poppers, already sliced, already prepped. This Sunday, don't just watch the game, own it with a kickoff platter from the Butcher Boss. So call today to pre-order yours. The Butcher Boss, 41 south of Riverstone.
Fall has arrived at Patrick James, where style meets tradition. Come in and see the latest items from the brands you love. Peter Millar, Robert Graham, Faraday, and True Grit, just to name a few. Stop by and experience our brand new shop-in-shops featuring Johnny O and the very first Martin Dingman shop west of the Rockies. Discover finely crafted apparel, exceptional service, and a locally owned store that's been serving the Valley for generations. Patrick James, where looking your best begins this fall.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader here. As Paul is heading his way to La Monica, I am going to be shortly following him here. Little under half the hour left to go before we say goodnight. Fresno State football plays this weekend, and they take on Boise State. Two-game win streak over the Broncos right now in terms of the matchup. We're hoping to extend it to a third. The Fresno State Bulldogs, who it's no secret they have certainly struggled in terms of the offensive side of things. Jorge, did you see David Carr got a little critical of how Fresno State coaches handled the quarterback change to EJ in terms of it? Did you see that on ABC 30? I want to say he was saying some stuff.
No, yeah, I heard it, but and I agree with him. I think it's reasonable to know that if you don't give enough time to one kid to actually get down there and actually get inside his mind that he's a starter.
Yeah.
Then what do you expect him to do?
How do you expect them to be ready for the call? And I'm not saying anything out of turn here. This is all public information that was made known. Coach Entz said he made the decision during the bye week and revealed in a quote after practice. Carson Conklin said he didn't know he was a starter until Thursday or Friday. He didn't really specify, but regardless, 2 days before you're supposed to play a game, less than 48 hours before you're supposed to play a game against the best defense in the Mountain West is just not to me, the most thought-out, thorough plan of how you want your quarterback to be ready for a football game.
And the worst part about it is you come off a bye.
Yeah. You could have had this decision made last week in terms
or on Monday and practice it all week.
And get the reps. Because, Jorge, we saw this offense. It looked very not on track in terms of the way they were playing with each other, in terms of the wide receivers and the reps. It looked like a team that had lack of reps with the quarterback that was playing. In terms of it looked like a team that just did not spend any sort of chemistry with each other in terms of that. And so the thing I'm hanging on to is that Carson Conklin's a good quarterback. I'm not going to say he's not. I think people are rolling their eyes at my comment just now in terms of it. I'm not going to say that Carson Conklin is a bad quarterback because I think he's here for a reason. He got transferred here for a reason. He is sought out by our coaches for a reason in terms of it. And I want to believe that he is capable of being a guy who can lead this team to victories, which is, I think at this point, evident that he is at least going to be the guy moving forward until, at least next year. In terms of it, because we know what EJ's eligibility status is, and who knows what it looks like moving forward in terms of the quarterback position when new guys come in. But to be frank, why not move to the futures now if you're not happy with the turnovers that you've seen so far? And I understand the switch had to be made. I think it's the way it went about it is the question we have in terms of how it was done. And let's be fair, when you're at North Dakota State for how many years, you don't really deal with quarterback controversies. You're winning a lot of football games and nobody's calling for switches. So I can't imagine Coach Entz has never had to really deal with that kind of situation before where a quarterback is just not delivering in what he wants and he has to make that tough choice. Is it fair to say that it was the right way to handle it? No, I don't think it's the right way he did it. But we will learn from this situation. It is good to know Conklin has had reps all week now as the number one quarterback, and maybe that changes. Maybe that changes when you get to Boise at 12:30 kickoff in terms of that. But that is certainly kind of the wide-angle scope of what I'm looking at in terms of this quarterback situation for the Fresno State Bulldogs.
I think if this wasn't his first year as head coach, people would be calling for his head. But I also think that, in reality, he's got, coaches that are there day-to-day with the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell him, how the quarterback's doing. And there's other coaches there, too. So is there a miscommunication between coaches?
Yeah.
Is there something, a breakdown that we're not seeing that, is causing this to happen?
It screams second guess in the middle of the week. It screams I don't have all the answers, like I said, but in terms of
rookie coach.
Yeah, well,
rookie coach.
It's not like he hasn't been a head coach. That's the thing. And the pressures in North Dakota State are as high as what it is here. I'm not saying he is not capable of handling pressures in terms of it. Chloe, when it comes to the fairness of this kind of situation, like let's say, see, you get asked to be in a situation where you have to perform, and you are only asked 2 days before you were able to prepare for it. Like, do you feel like as an athlete, I'm not set up the right way to be ready for this situation? Although I don't know how to consider in terms of where, when in your gymnastics world in terms of it, but I got to imagine short notice, you got to go and do this event. I would imagine for you as an athlete, there's a psyche there where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I have enough time to like really grasp what I need to do in the position that I'm given here.
In gymnastics and specifically, the system that we do run off of is a lineup system, just as like starters. And every once in a while, you do get the last minute like, hey, you're competing this. And it, like, being in that position, it has thrown you off before because typically you are known if you are competing, or even, like, you would have, like, the set 6 girls, and it'd be, like, the 3 possibilities, and you still knew, like, if you're one of the 3 possibilities. But if you were, like, not training an event to compete, and then, like, Friday before a Sunday meet when you're getting on a plane, someone told you, I don't – like, that's not – proper coaching. That's not the communication that you should be giving your athletes.
But if like you were told Monday, like the Monday before the Sunday meet, like 6 days before, you're like, hey, there's a chance.
Exactly.
But we're not sure just quite yet.
Happens like that's really what goes on is like you find out like the Sunday, the Monday before like a Sunday meet. You have 7 days to know. But if I'm getting on a plane in the next morning and I compete in 2 days, like that never happens because that's not how you treat adult athletes to begin with. And that's like, in my head, that's how you set them up for failure and for injury, is when an athlete isn't properly mentally or physically prepared.
And the failure was that the Bulldogs did not score a single point on Saturday in terms of the offense, and you can point the blame at it. And so we know through the evidence of that was a failure. That was an objective failure in terms of the way they prepared for this game. But is it going to be the results of what it is moving forward? Is this what Fresno State football is now? I don't believe it is. I think this team has ability to dig itself out of a hole from what we've seen and from what we've shown. Hey, the defense still played very well last week. I give a lot of props and kudos to the defense in terms of the way they played.
They were still in the game in the fourth quarter because
they were.
Of the defense.
It was a 2-possession game, 16-0. I mean, like, am I going to believe our offense was going to figure something? I don't know. Like, I thought there was a scoop and score opportunity at a certain point when the Bulldogs got a fumble recovery there. This team needs to really just get back to the simplicity of what has been working for this group. I think there's a lot of over-analysis and maybe paralysis by analysis for this group. I think Coach Jens pointed at it in terms of that, and I think that's something that can be key in terms of recognition of where this team is lack of performing on Saturdays. He said it. He's a coach. He said, I mean, he's told us many, many times in the press conferences over the week that he is not sure why it doesn't translate to the Saturdays when the guys confirm they can do the things they can do in terms of practice, and yet on Saturdays they are just not executing. There is a bright light that is shining, and they are not capable of doing the things they've been doing in terms of preparing for this game. I mean, I'll go back to Chloe in this in terms of that. When you think of the difference between practice and the difference between competition, like there is a difference to it. And I don't know if it's a mentality that the players have to take onus upon themselves, or if there's something the coaches have to say to get the mental shift away from, oh my God, it's a game and this matters now, versus I'm in practice and I can execute and play free. I don't know what the psychology of this team needs to be to be able to break that, because I think that is something that needs to be paid attention to with this group that is getting ready to play a game on Saturday. Jorge, let's get our mic on the other.
I want to say, like, there is a physical and a mental component to preparing an athlete for a game, a race, a competition, no matter what it is. I was talking to you earlier today about San Jose State's Inter Squad, which is they do these once a month leading up to competition season. You practice the whole week, getting used to this is how our warm-ups are going to go. You get told about the Inter Squad lineup a week and a half before it's told. Like, you know what you're doing. And it's when you're in comp season, like, you are constantly training to understand pressure. And granted, a sport, you still get nerves. All the sports that I played, I still got nerves no matter what I did, but our coaches did everything they could to prepare us for that, from a team aspect to a coaching aspect to an individual aspect. Every sport I did, like, you had that, and the coaches understood the pressure, and they did everything they could to eliminate it, where you knew what you were doing. They always make sure you feel your body and mind feel safe doing that too. When you're playing football, you're going up against huge people, and, like, there's a huge risk factor just as much as flipping through the air is.
Yeah.
Like, you need to mentally and physically be prepared for that, and the coaches, for me, have always done that. They've always taken every precaution for that.
And it's as hostile of a territory that the Bulldogs are ever going to play this year. In Boise on the blue, in a sellout, by the way, which they announced earlier this week in terms of it. So it's no secret this is going to be as big of a game as they're going to play. And so I don't know if they solve the issues of them being ready on Saturday to be able to play and execute the way they need to play. I don't know if that's capable. I don't know if they're capable of doing that, and I need to see if they're capable of doing that. And we need to be able to believe they are capable of doing that as fans who are watching this team. That's as plain as simple of the outlook in terms of it. And so I, for one, don't have the confidence to pick that they will win this week. I'd like to believe I can be a homer in terms of it, but let's be honest with yourselves. I just don't know if I can see a victory, a path for victory this week outside of playing some way of football that they have not played this year, which has got to be immensely better than it has been the last few weeks.
I do believe, though, that this Boise State team is it's easier to.
It's vulnerable. It's a vulnerable
more
Boise.
vulnerable than San Diego State was.
They don't have their leading receiver for disciplinary reasons
They
this week.
they definitely struggle against Nevada. I saw that game, and there were some questionable calls by the refs that led them to be up on Nevada, because Nevada was battling them, and we saw what we did to Nevada with our team.
Yeah.
So, it's not an easy game, but it's also accessible. I think with our team that we have, if we hit the right tones, we could definitely do something, but not if we look the same way we did last week.
My keys to the game, for sure, have to be, number one, and I have asked this for every week of the week this season, please, for the love of God, do not turn the ball over. They have not had a clean sheet yet in terms of turning the ball over yet on this offensive side. There's not a single game the Fresno State Bulldogs have played without a turnover this year. Am I asking for a crazy lot to not have a turnover in this game when Boise is top 10 in terms of interceptions this year, forced? Yeah, maybe I'm borderline a lunatic in terms of it, but maybe there is a path that way. Other path is I think there's a defensive or special team score that has to happen in this game in terms of it as well. You need to find bonus points somewhere in terms of this game. It can't just come from the offense side of it. And number three, finish with the pressure you have when it gets to the quarterbacks. All too often we see these quarterbacks run and scramble and move forward in terms of it. And the Bulldogs need to finish at the line and behind the line. TFL's big-time opportunities when it comes to that. And maybe we get out of Boise with a third victory in program history ever. That'd be pretty sweet.
And bowl eligibility.
And bowl eligibility. Woo! Love those. Bowl games. Just another trip to the New Mexico Bowl, right? We're just lined up for that one.
Trip to Hawaii.
We haven't been to Hawaii in a while.
Yeah.
2017? It's been a few years. So, I think Boise wins. Sacrilegious to say here on a Fresno radio station. But to me, Boise will win this week. And if they don't, and Fresno State wins, we're back to a whole different conversation. And boy, we feel a whole lot better going to this bye week next. So,
yeah.
That'd be a hell of a 2 weeks to feel good about ourselves after beating Boise if we do it. But I just don't see it happening. What do you guys feel? Anybody on the Fresno State side? Anybody want to go on a limb and pick Fresno State this weekend?
No.
Chloe's out.
I'll pick them.
You'll pick them?
Let's do it.
You got house money. Why not?
Go
Why not?
Dogs.
All right. Jorge's got the Dogs this weekend in terms of it. All right. Prove me wrong, Bulldogs. Come on. Let's do it. Let's take a break. Let's wrap up the show next on 1430 ESPN.
Are you tired of waiting forever for your prescriptions? Grizzly Pharmacy is here to tame your healthcare needs. We fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less, always accepting new patients, and enjoy free delivery to your home or workplace in Fresno and Clovis. We accept all major insurance, including Medi-Cal, Blue Cross, and Optum Rx. For our Fresno location, please call 559-424-0423 or visit grizzlypharmacy.com for more information.
Looking to switch your phone service? Check out Boost Infinite Wireless. Its new technology switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. And you can get a low-priced, unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every year. So switch today. Call 855-55-BOOST. That's 1-855-55-BOOST. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
ESPN Fresno is proud to bring back the Student Athlete of the Week. Each week, we'll honor a local high school standout for their performance on the field, in the gym, or on the court. It's our way of celebrating the hard work, dedication, and talent of Valley athletes who give it their all. And it all leads to Student Athlete of the Year. Do you have an athlete you believe is worthy of this award? Enter them in at 1430ESPNFresno.com today. The Student Athlete of the Week, shining a spotlight on the stars of tomorrow.
Everyday junk removal in Fresno makes cleanouts easy. Offices, storage units, homes, apartments, even eviction and property management cleanouts. They do it all. Got an illegal dump? They'll take care of it fast. Need a dumpster? Everyday Junk Removal offers convenient rentals for businesses and homes too. And right now, get $20 off your first service. Whatever the mess, Everyday Junk Removal solves the problem right away. Get your quote today at everydayjunkremoval.com. That's everydayjunkremoval.com.
Fresno, this is it. The final home game of the season is here, and your Fresno City College Rams need you in the stands. Join us at historic Ratcliffe Stadium, the home of champions on Blackstone, just north of McKinley, for one last chance to cheer on your Rams at home. This Saturday, November 1st at 1 p.m., the Rams face College of the Sequoias in a matchup you won't want to miss. Bring the noise, bring the pride, and help send our team off with a powerful home field finish. For tickets, visit fccrams.com.
Introducing The Sidebar, a brand new open-air beer garden at Me and Ed's Coney Island Grill in River Park. Experience a new way to catch a game, hang with friends, and enjoy new appetizers, char-grilled burgers, salads, wings with over 10 house-made sauces, and of course, world-famous Me and Ed's pizza. Thirsty? Try our self-poured taps with over a dozen craft beers, wines, ciders, and craft seltzers. Plus a full bar with an impressive selection of tequilas, whiskeys, and craft cocktails. The Sidebar at Me and Ed's Coney Island Grill, now open in River Park.
Hey Bulldog fans, Marcus McMarron here. You know, on the field, it's all about trust, performance, and results. That's why you got to go to Ed Dina's Auto Center. They treat you like family with unbeatable prices and a winning lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Don't just sit on the sidelines. Get in the game with a ride you can count on. Visit Ed Dina's Auto Center today, where the deals are always a touchdown.
Are you a business owner struggling to understand how cloud technology can help your business? Are you in need of computer and technology support for your employees? M-Cubed Technologies is your solution for fully managed IT services. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. M-Cubed will be your partner in the digital world, allowing your business to carry on worry-free. We specialize in cloud hosting, Microsoft 365 management, general IT support, and VoIP phone services. Call M-Cubed Technologies today to discuss our partnerships.
To Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN. I just laughed. You think Hell in the Title just for Halloween? Is that what you're going for there, Jorge? Or We're just going different.
We ran out of Halloween theme.
Come on, Jorge. I need more. I need more Halloween. Find it. Come on. There's got to be there's the Purple People Eater song. There's got to be all kinds of different ones. You never heard of that one? Chloe, tell me you're here to that song. Yeah, the Flying Purple People Eaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Classic.
Come on, Jorge. There's so many out there. So many out there in terms of that.
Not in our playlist.
Okay, but you can put it in our playlist.
Yeah, we'll see.
Come on. You've got like an hour and a half. You can do it.
Okay.
I believe in you, Jorge. Yeah, I have faith. I have faith in terms of it. Let's go over the schedule over the weekend here. Stay with us. Oh, by the way, before we do that, just a reminder, YouTube TV customers get the sports you love on ESPN back, including college football, college game day, Monday night football, NBA, college basketball, more. Act now. Go to keepmynetworks.com to get ESPN back. All right, coming up on 790, first pitch of the World Series is coming up very soon here, 8 minutes or so. Blue Jays a win away. Dodgers need a win to force Game 7 tomorrow. On 14:30 at 6:30 pregame, Clovis and Clovis West will have a kickoff at 7 p.m. Myself, Paul Metters, on the call between the two big rivals in Clovis. On Saturday, Paul Metters will break it all down at the Central Valley Sports Report live from First String Sports, 10 a.m. to noon. We'll have a lot to say in terms of what to project in terms of the playoff brackets. I don't know if the playoff brackets come out right at his show. I think they come out a little bit after, unfortunately. So we'll see. We'll have the first breakdown on it on Monday. World Series Game 7, if it happens, will be on 14:30 tomorrow, 4 p.m. pregame with a 5 p.m. first pitch from Toronto. On 790, well, Sharks and Avalanche, it's a matinee game in San Jose, 12:30 pregame with a 1 p.m. Puck drop. Sharks playing very good hockey of late. Winners of 3 of their last 5, including beating the best team in hockey right now last night. They beat the New Jersey Devils 5-2. We're in the old sweaters, by the way, throwback sweaters. Sunday, a lot of football. Niners and Giants pregame starting at 9 a.m. That's a 10 a.m. kickoff from New Jersey. Following them on 14:30, you'll have Raiders and Jags from Las Vegas. Following that, you'll have Sunday Night Football, Seahawks and Commanders. Over on 790, Rams and Saints from L.A. That's a pregame starting at 12 p.m., 1 p.m. kickoff. And then in the evening, Lakers are going to be over on 790. They take on the Miami Heat. 6:15 pregame, 6:30 tip-off, and we'll be back Monday. Sportsline Bulldog Hour, Tony D, 2 to 3. Well, my show from 3 to, Jorge, you said at 4:30 because of other mechanics going on with the FPU basketball game. So we're only going up to 4:30 on Monday?
Yes, your show, yes.
Yes, so we're going up to 4:30. Monday Night Football is on Monday. Cardinals and Cowboys will be at 5 p.m. pregame, 5:15 kickoff. Like I said, we're only going to 4:30 because Jorge's got to run the FPU Sunbirds broadcast from Fresno State, which will be 5 p.m. Or is it a 4:30 pregame, Jorge? FPU?
No, it would be 4:45 pregame.
4:45 pregame on 790 between the Sunbirds and the Bulldogs of Fresno State. And then on Tuesday following week, we will be back to normal. All right. Predictions. Game 6 tonight. Dodgers, Blue Jays. That's our last little bit of business before we say goodbye. I'll start. I said it, Blue Jays in 7 the whole entire series. Yamamoto will shove tonight. It'll be a 3-1 Dodger win. And setting up a Game 7 tomorrow. That's my prediction. Jorge, where do you go? Who wins tonight, Dodgers or Blue Jays?
Blue Jays in 6.
You had Blue Jays in 6 to start, I remember.
Yep.
So you're rooting for the Blue Jays tonight.
Tonight.
Chloe, Blue Jays or Dodgers tonight? Who wins?
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays win the World Series according to our...
by 2 runs.
They win by 2 runs in terms of that. I think the Dodgers do get it tonight. Blue Jays will get it tomorrow. Wow. Love it. All right, guys. Great job on the show today. Appreciate y'all. Have a great weekend. And we will see you over at La Monica, guys. La Monica, Clovis versus Clovis coming up 6:30 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff. We'll see you then. Happy Halloween. Stay safe, everyone.
At Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, our customers tell us they like Kubota better than Blue Tractors.